It is November 5th, 2024, and Election Day 2024 is here. The Democratic Party has gone through their primaries, nominating Joe Biden for president and Kamala Harris for vice president. The Republican Party has gone through their primaries. Donald Trump has won, with Kristi Noem as his vice president. And finally, Liz Cheney is making an independent bid for president with Joe Sestak as her running mate. And the final polls have been released in this election, and it shows Trump with a very narrow lead on the nationwide scale. It shows him with 45% of the nationwide vote to Biden's 44% and Cheney's 13%. And Trump has also been given the highest chance of winning. So this is not polls, but instead, chance of winning. Donald Trump has been given a 49% chance of winning. Biden has been given a 48% chance of winning, and Cheney has been given a 3% chance of winning. Of course, this totally means that it is a toss-up race. This is a complete toss-up, this election. Really, with 49 and 48, a 1% difference, we cannot tell who is going to win this election. We cannot accurately tell, at least. And let's go through who is expected to win each state. So these are just based off of what polls are expecting. We'll just go through some of the swing states. Alaska, which is a swing state due to Liz Cheney and ranked choice voting this year, is expected to go to Donald Trump. Arizona is actually expected to go to Liz Cheney. She's leading there. Nevada is expected to go to Joe Biden. Florida is expected to go to Trump. Georgia is also expected to go to Trump, along with North Carolina. Pennsylvania is also expected to go to Donald Trump. New Hampshire is expected to go to Biden. Michigan is expected to go Biden. And Wisconsin is expected to go to Biden. And it is now time for our 7 p.m. poll closings in Vermont, Indiana, Kentucky, Virginia, South Carolina, and Georgia. In the state of Vermont, Joe Biden is the projected winner. 3 electoral votes will be given to him. In Indiana, Trump will win their 11 electoral votes. In Kentucky, Donald Trump is the projected winner, another 8 electoral votes. In South Carolina, Donald Trump will carry the state's 9 electoral votes. And in Virginia, Joe Biden will carry their 13 electoral votes. In Georgia, 16 electoral votes at stake. Very critical swing state, is too close to call. Joe Biden currently has 57% of the vote to Donald Trump's 40% and Cheney's 3%. This will narrow up. And let's look at the TPC map update. So Donald Trump does currently lead with 28 electoral votes, winning South Carolina, Kentucky, and Indiana. Joe Biden has 16 electoral votes, winning Virginia and Vermont. And Liz Cheney currently has 0. She is represented by purple, and yellow means that it is too close to call. It is now time for the 7:30 p.m. poll closings in Ohio, West Virginia, and North Carolina. In West Virginia, Donald Trump is the projected winner. 4 electoral votes will be given to him. And in Ohio, he is also the projected winner, another 17 electoral votes. However, North Carolina is too close to call. 16 electoral votes are at stake. Donald Trump has a lead of 52% to Joe Biden's 42% and Cheney's 6%. And let's look at our electoral map update. Donald Trump has expanded his lead to 49. Joe Biden is stuck at 16, and Liz Cheney still at 0. It is now time for the 8 p.m. poll closings in many states: Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, D.C., Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Illinois, Missouri, and Oklahoma. Oh, sorry, could have gone through those as well. In Maine's 1st congressional district, 1 electoral vote here will be given to Joe Biden. He will also carry the Maine at-large vote. Remember, Maine and Nebraska split their electoral votes based on congressional district. This is 2 electoral votes for the at-large vote. However, in the 2nd congressional district, Donald Trump is the projected winner. 1 electoral vote will be given to him. And in Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes will be given to Joe Biden. Connecticut, 7 will go to him. He will also carry the state of Rhode Island, and there are 4 electoral votes. In New Hampshire, 4 electoral votes at stake is too close to call. Cheney performing very well here, therefore shaking up the race a lot. Joe Biden currently leads with 41% to Donald Trump's 38% and Liz Cheney's 21%. In the state of Pennsylvania, 19 electoral votes at stake here. Donald Trump does lead with 48% of the vote to Joe Biden's 36% and Cheney's 16%. In the state of New Jersey, Joe Biden is the projected winner, 16 electoral votes here. He will also carry his home state of Delaware, and there are 3 electoral votes. He will also carry Maryland, and there are 11 electoral votes. He will also carry D.C., and there are 3 electoral votes. In the state of Florida, it is too close to call, too early to call, actually. 30 electoral votes at stake. Donald Trump has a huge lead with 58% to Joe Biden's 36% and Cheney's 6%. In the state of Mississippi, Donald Trump is the projected winner, 6 electoral votes here. He will also carry Alabama's 9 electoral votes. He will win in Tennessee, carrying their 11 electoral votes. In Missouri, Trump will win, and their 10 electoral votes will be given to him. In Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes will be given to Trump. And in Illinois, Joe Biden will carry the state's 19 electoral votes. And let's look at our new electoral map update. Donald Trump has a very narrow lead. Joe Biden really narrowed things up. Trump is at 93 electoral votes. Joe Biden, 3 behind at 90. Liz Cheney is stuck at 0. It is now time for our 8:30 p.m. poll closings in Arkansas. In Arkansas, Donald Trump is the projected winner. 6 electoral votes will be given to him. It is now time for our 9 p.m. poll closings in New York, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, Kansas, Texas, and Louisiana. Oh, I did that again. Sorry. In the state of New York, Joe Biden is the projected winner. 28 electoral votes will be given to him. And in Michigan, 16 electoral votes are at stake, and it is too early to call. Donald Trump currently has a lead with 47% of the vote. Joe Biden has 45, and Cheney has 8. In Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes at stake. They are too close to call. Donald Trump is at 50%, Joe Biden is at 36%, and Liz Cheney is at 14. In Minnesota, Joe Biden will carry the state's 10 electoral votes. In North Dakota, Donald Trump is the projected winner, 3 electoral votes here. Another 3 from South Dakota. Nebraska's at-large vote, 2 electoral votes here will go to Donald Trump. He will also carry their 1st congressional district, 1 electoral vote. He will also carry their 3rd district with 1 electoral vote. And Nebraska's 2nd district, 1 electoral vote, is too close to call. Joe Biden has a lead with 42%. Donald Trump is in second with 37%, and Cheney has 21%. In Kansas, Donald Trump is the projected winner, 6 electoral votes. 3 electoral votes from Wyoming will go to Trump. He will also carry Texas and their whopping 40 electoral votes, a huge win for the Trump campaign. In Louisiana, 8 electoral votes will go to Donald Trump. In Colorado, Joe Biden will carry the state's 10 electoral votes. And in New Mexico, 5 electoral votes will go to Biden. In Arizona, it is too early to call. 11 electoral votes are at stake. Trump has a very narrow lead over Cheney and Biden with 34%. Liz Cheney is actually in second place for once with 33%, and Joe Biden is at 32%. And we have a key race slow in the state of Florida. Donald Trump is the projected winner. This was too early to call earlier. 30 electoral votes will be added to his column. And let's look at the vote share here. He has won 49% of the overall vote, not even a majority. Joe Biden will win 43%, and Liz Cheney will win 6%. And let's look at our new electoral map update. Donald Trump, this was a great poll closing for Donald Trump with Texas and Florida. That's 70 electoral votes alone. He now has 212 electoral votes. Joe Biden has 143. Liz Cheney still has 0. And it is now time for our 10 p.m. poll closings in Iowa, Montana, Utah, and Nevada. In Montana, Donald Trump is the projected winner, 4 electoral votes. In Iowa, Donald Trump will win with their 4 electoral votes. In Utah, the state's 6 electoral votes will go to Trump. And in Nevada, another 6 electoral votes are too early to call. Joe Biden has a lead with 44%, Trump's 35%. And Cheney, due to ranked choice voting being established in Nevada last year, she is performing very well with 21%. We have a key race load coming out of the state of North Carolina. 16 electoral votes here will be given to Donald Trump. He will win here, carrying 50% of the vote to Joe Biden's 43% and Liz Cheney's 7%. As you can see, Cheney really taking votes away from Biden in a state like North Carolina. That is a 7-point loss for Biden. And let's look at our new map update. Donald Trump has expanded his lead to 228. Joe Biden is stuck at 143. Liz Cheney is still at 0. It is now time for our 11 p.m. poll closings in Idaho, Washington, Oregon, California, and Hawaii. In Idaho, the state's 6 electoral votes will go to Trump. And in Washington, Joe Biden is the projected winner, 12 electoral votes. In Oregon, Joe Biden will win their 8 electoral votes. And a huge prize in California, 54 electoral votes will be added to the Biden campaign. And in Hawaii, another 4 electoral votes will go to Biden. And let's look at our new electoral map update. Joe Biden has really narrowed up the race. He has really made things a lot more interesting with California and the West Coast. He is now at 221 electoral votes. Donald Trump still has a lead with 232. Liz Cheney still has 0. It is now 1 a.m. and we have a poll closing in Alaska. In Alaska, it is too close to call 3 electoral votes here. Liz Cheney has a lead right now due to ranked choice voting and more, that causes more agreeable candidates to win. And Liz Cheney, even though Trump is expected to win the state according to polls, she is at 39% to Trump's 35%. Joe Biden is all the way down at 26%. We have a key race flow in Nebraska's 2nd congressional district. 1 electoral vote here will be given to Joe Biden. He will win this district with 43% of the vote. Donald Trump not far behind with 42%, Cheney at 15%. We have a key race flow in Wisconsin. 10 electoral votes will be given to Donald Trump. He will carry the state of Wisconsin. Let's look at the vote share here. He will carry 47% of the vote to Joe Biden's 41%. That is a 6-point win for Trump, a likely margin win. Cheney has won 12%. We have a major key race flow in the state of Pennsylvania. This one is important as the state has 19 electoral votes, and it is a very critical swing state in presidential elections. And let's look at the vote share here. Trump has won 47% of the vote. Joe Biden has won 43%, and Cheney has won 10%. And we have another key race flow in Michigan. 16 electoral votes here. Joe Biden is the projected winner. A huge win for the Biden campaign. And he has won very narrowly, winning 46% of the vote to Donald Trump's 45% and Cheney's 9%. Let's look at our new map update. Donald Trump has expanded his lead, even with Biden winning Michigan. He now has 261 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 237. Liz Cheney is still at 0. We have a major key race flow in Arizona. 11 electoral votes will be given to Liz Cheney. This is her first win of the night. She will carry the state of Arizona. She will win here with 35% of the vote. Donald Trump not far behind with 34%. Joe Biden also not far behind with 31%. She will carry the state of Arizona. The first time a third-party candidate has won any state in a presidential election since 1968. That is hard to imagine, but it is true. Liz Cheney will carry the state of Arizona, and there are 11 electoral votes. This call really is history right here. And we have another key race flow in the state of Alaska. 3 electoral votes will be added to the Cheney campaign. She will also carry the state of Alaska, even though she was not expected to. She will win here with 41% of the vote. Donald Trump will carry 37%. Joe Biden will carry 22%. She is the projected winner in Alaska. And we have another key race flow in Nevada. 6 electoral votes will be added to the Donald Trump column, even though Joe Biden was expected to win the state. According to polls, Donald Trump will win here. He will carry the state of Nevada. He will win it. So Liz Cheney had a huge impact on this race, affecting both Biden and Trump. He has won here with only 35% of the vote to Joe Biden's 33%. Liz Cheney has won 32%, not far behind from second place. And let's look at our new electoral map update. All but 2 states have been called. Donald Trump has 267 electoral votes. 270 are needed to win. He just needs 3 more electoral votes. The final 2 states are Georgia and New Hampshire. Donald Trump could carry either one of them, and he will win this presidential election. If it weren't for Liz Cheney, he would have won Arizona. Most experts agree, and Alaska. He certainly would have won Alaska, and he would have won. So Liz Cheney, as you can see, is clearly affecting this race big time. Joe Biden will win 237. However, currently has 237 electoral votes. Liz Cheney has 14. However, there is the chance that Joe Biden or that Donald Trump doesn't win either of these states. Maybe Biden carries Georgia and New Hampshire, or somehow Cheney carries New Hampshire and Biden carries Georgia. Then in that case, no candidate will have the majority of votes, and Biden and Trump will go to the House of Representatives, and the House will decide who wins the election, either Biden or Trump, because the top two advance. So this is a very interesting presidential elections. Liz Cheney has stirred things up big time, and this will be history tonight. We have a key race in the state of New Hampshire. Liz Cheney will carry the state of New Hampshire, and there are 4 electoral votes. This is her 3rd win of the presidential election. She has also carried Arizona and Alaska. Let's look at the vote share here. This was extremely narrow, one of the most narrow elections we've seen in a while. Liz Cheney has won 33.6% of the vote in New Hampshire. Donald Trump has won 33.4%. That's just 0.2 apart. Joe Biden has come in 3rd place with 33%. It is November 6, 2024, and we have breaking news coming out of the state of Georgia. The state of Georgia will advance into a runoff election come January 5th. Why? Because no candidate has won the majority of votes in the state of Georgia. Liz Cheney has caused neither Biden or Trump to win over 50% of votes, and therefore Georgia's 16 electoral votes, which will decide the presidential election, are still up for grabs. So, basically, what's happening here is that no candidate won more than 50% in Georgia, and Georgia will decide this election. Trump needs Georgia to win this election. Without it, he will not win, or he will not win outright, and the election will therefore go to the House. The presidential election will go to the House. So this just made things so much more suspenseful, and we will have to wait a while until we know who the next president of the United States is, because we have to wait until January 5th just for the Georgia runoff to see who wins Georgia. Just to be clear, in the runoff election, if Trump wins Georgia, then he will become the next president of the United States. If Biden or somehow Cheney, even though she has no shot, win Georgia, no candidate will win more than 270 electoral votes nationwide, and the election will go to the U.S. House of Representatives, and they will decide the next president of the United States. And that will be either Biden or Trump, because only the top two advance into the House. It is December 5th, 2024, and both candidates, both Biden and Trump, are campaigning hard in Georgia. And just to make this clear, it is only Biden and Trump in this runoff. That is the point of the runoff. Liz Cheney is not a candidate in Georgia because, you get it. You guys know. So both candidates, both Biden and Trump, are campaigning very hard in the state of Georgia. It is December 14th, and Liz Cheney has made an official endorsement for Biden. Her 7% will play a critical role in this runoff, and that endorsement for Biden could make or break his campaign. It is December 31st, 2022, and the first ever runoff debate has been held in Atlanta. As this election is extremely historical, this one will be remembered for ages as one that has come down to a runoff. Yes, a runoff in a state, and as the final state, and the state is deciding the election. And first ever runoff debate has been held in Atlanta. Of course, this is a first. It is January 5th, 2025, and it is runoff day in Georgia. This is a picture from Atlanta. People are Georgia voters are voting in high numbers as they are going to decide the next president of the United States. And we have a key race alert in the state of Georgia. It is too close to call. Joe Biden has 52% of the vote, 16 electoral votes, by the way, here at stake. Joe Biden has 52% of the vote currently. Donald Trump has 48%. It is too close to call at this point in time. Stand by for a major projection by TPC News. Joe Biden is the projected winner in the state of Georgia. This is a key race alert. 16 electoral votes will be given to him. Donald Trump will not win the state of Georgia. Let's look at the vote share. This one was extremely close, guys. Sorry, the numbers are off. Should be 49.6% went to Biden, 50.6% went to Biden, and 49.4% went to Trump. This was a razor-thin margin. New Hampshire slightly closer. This was a razor-thin margin in the state of Georgia, and it really is insane what we have seen in Georgia. And this means that no candidate has won the majority of votes and that the election will go to the House. So here is our final electoral map. I know things are getting a bit confusing, but this election is insane. The final electoral vote tally for each candidate is 267 for Trump, 253 for Biden, and 18 for Liz Cheney. That is the final map in front of you. Liz Cheney has won 3 states. Biden and Trump won the rest. And as you can see, Donald Trump has not surpassed 270 electoral votes. No candidate has won the majority, and it will therefore go to the House, and the House will decide. It is January 6th, and the House of Representatives will decide the election in the following days. It is January 10th, 2025, and the U.S. House of Representatives is currently voting for the next president of the United States. In 2022, the Republicans narrowly won control over the House, and Donald Trump is expected to become the next president. He is expected to win this House vote if everything goes as planned. And we have a key race alert. Donald Trump is the projected winner of the House of Representatives vote. Let's look at the vote share here. He has won 225 representatives to Joe Biden's 213. That means that Donald Trump is the projected winner of the presidency of the United States. He will become the next president of the United States, the first president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms since Grover Cleveland back in the 1880s. This is huge, guys. Donald Trump has won. It is January 11th. One day later, and Trump has given a victory speech in Washington, D.C. He has claimed victory, and Joe Biden has conceded to Trump. It's looking sad right now, but it's January 11, 2025, and Joe Biden has conceded to Trump. Donald Trump has won election 2024. Alright, so everyone, thank you all for watching this series. It is the end of the series, unfortunately. I know a lot of people really enjoyed it. I hope you, viewer, I'm talking to you, enjoyed it also. But I mean, this last episode was honestly pretty epic. I mean, the fact that Cheney causes the fact that it goes into a runoff in Georgia, and then no candidate has the majority, so it goes to the House. I mean, and it's totally possible. That's the thing, and I do think that Cheney will be running as an independent. So that whole series was exactly what I think will happen in 2024. So please share this episode. I'd really enjoy it. I need people to share my videos and channel. So yeah, share the video, like it, comment video ideas down below, subscribe, and I will see you all for the next video.